it going, guys? Tash here with another Can You Game on it. For this week, I'm really excited to talk about this phone. I feel like I rant about Genshin Impact like a lot. Like y'all know, if I have free time, if I'm trying to hide from things, I want to relax, Genshin Impact is my most go-to game. And where's the phone? Okay, here it is. I'm really excited to tell you that I may just have found the most perfect phone to game on for that game. For how many times can I say game in a sentence? Wow. But anyways, before we get into that, CK, do the intro. Alright guys, this is the Oppo Reno6 Pro 5G. And as you can see here, this is one of the most stunning devices I have seen thus far. It's like a beautiful pearlescent ethereal blue purple pinkish. As I said before, I'm always on the hunt for the perfect mobile phone for Genshin Impact, and I feel like Genshin Impact is one of those phones that I've talked about this to so many people, and everyone says that in Malaysian terms, Genshin Impact is very haram to play video games. I don't know why people use that term. But anyways, if you guys don't know, haram is basically prohibited. It's a Malay Muslim term. But anyways, not trying to go into that. Basically, it's a very scary game to play on mobile. And you know, and I've tried it on high-end phones, low-end, mid-range. And I can safely say that most phones can only run low and lowest without struggling. And even then, most would either not look sharp or you'll feel a lot of heat coming from the phone. So you can't play it for like long periods of time, which is something that I feel is very sad because I don't want Genshin Impact to be like a game you play sometimes only on your phone. Like I want to be able to seamlessly switch between mobile and PC and PlayStation whenever I want to. But yeah. Anyways, before we get into that, let me just tell you that this phone is 2,999 ringgit. So let's get into the specs. So for the specs, this one comes with a Snapdragon 870, 12 gigabytes of RAM, a 256 gigabytes of internal storage, which I feel is a lot. It's a very beefy phone with beefy specs, and I'm honestly surprised that you're getting this kind of specs within that price range. You know, I'm just saying that the price range is still a bit pricey, but considering that we have the other phones that we have reviewed in the past weeks with these kind of specs go up to like 4,000 or 5,000. I'm actually pretty surprised at this one. 6.55-inch AMOLED display, which explains why the graphics are just so great. It comes with stereo speakers, a 4,500 milliamp battery, alongside a 65 watt, yes, 65 watt. On the market, Oppo has one of the best fast chargers right now. And this is the SuperVOOC 2.0 fast charging technology. It's only 188 grams, which is quite light, and it comes with a 90 hertz refresh rate display, which is also really nice. Not the highest on the market, but let's be real. For mobile games, are there really a lot of games that support 120 hertz though? But that's another thing that I realized as well. Let's talk a little bit about the design. You always notice that it comes with a curved edge on the side here. I mean, I always talk about this, how I'm not a big fan of curved edge phones, but because it's not super curved all the way till the end, I noticed that I didn't have any accidental presses, which I really can appreciate. It also comes with the all cutout selfie on the right side, on the left side of the device. USB-C bottom port. Stereo speakers, as mentioned before, is dual, which is really nice. And one really big thing I want to mention about the O cutout, I feel like a lot of people do mention this. This O cutout doesn't hinder gameplay at all, and I don't even notice it. Alright, so let's now talk about the performance. So for this device, in terms for performance, it is absolutely top-notch. And what's more, I'm very happy with the battery life. Honestly, 1 hour and 21 minutes of Genshin Impact, okay? On this phone, on medium graphics, 30 FPS, only shaved off 18% battery. I am actually shocked at how little battery consumption this device uses. And all I can say is this phone is hella powerful, especially because of the RAM, I believe. And the UI, okay, I don't mention this a lot in a lot of my reviews, but the UI is literally so good. So you can choose whether you want to use gestures or if you want to use the buttons. But honestly, because I've been using the iPhone for so long, gestures is what you want to go for. And I think because I'm so used to using the iPhone, when I moved to this phone, I didn't really have an issue with that at all, which I I can really appreciate. So now, before we get into Genshin Impact, I just want you guys to watch to the end. But let's talk a little bit about games I tested. Pokemon Unite is the MOBA of choice still. And all I can say is, from budget phones all the way to high-end, Pokemon Unite will not have a problem. 10 out of 10. Would still main Charizard. Honestly, I tried out a new Pokemon, but you know, I still feel like Charizard is fun to play. It's just my style. I love the melee bruiser types, but in general though, it's very smooth. Audio is great. Input's also another thing that I really like as well. So yeah, that's it for MOBAs. So now for PUBG Mobile, I feel like it's a little bit more demanding. And on default, I think you'd notice that, you know, the phone will put it on the HDR as well as high frame rates. And I think you are actually able to actually just download UHD from the phone. Make sure to download it before you hop into a game, and you'll be able to run it on ultra FPS as well. The thing is, okay, I'm actually shocked about this because I was actually recording on this as well. No heat. It just feels like normal room temperature phone. The thing is, the graphics are also very crisp, very great, super sharp, I would say. And in terms of audio as well, even without headphones, I think this phone actually may be my most favorite one amongst a lot that I've already reviewed in terms of directional audio as well. I didn't really have an issue pinpointing audio even without headphones, which is honestly so surprising. I mean, obviously headphones way better, but still, holy moly, it's really good. I'm actually a chicken dinner. Just saying. Okay, so for Injustice 2, obviously it's optimized for every single device. In terms of input, it's actually great as well. I feel like some phones do have some lag when it comes to input, but not for this phone, which I think it's really great. In terms of graphics, very typical. Injustice 2, never really too great at all. No heat, which I feel like is really great as well, because when it comes to heat, Injustice 2 does generate quite a bit. So now, let's talk a little bit about Genshin Impact. And I was told that this phone is actually really optimized for Genshin Impact, and it's actually made for it as well. I don't know, maybe it's just a rumor, I can't tell, but this is honestly one of the best phones I've played Genshin Impact on. I've played Genshin Impact on high-end phones, and sometimes while it can play, you can actually see that it's not super sharp, the graphics. For this one, it's really good. On default, it was already on medium. I was actually surprised because usually I have to kick it up, but this one is on default already on medium. And I'm just so shocked about that. And the thing is, I'm always a bit hesitant to kick it up to medium when it comes to devices in general, because there's always going to be a heat issue. I don't blame it because it's a very big and heavy game. So when you talk about Genshin Impact, right? This phone, even when recording, it just got warm. When you're recording, it got warm, like a little bit more warmer than usual. But without recording, it was just like barely warm. It was just like normal Milo swamp kind of warm. And I'm just like, what? Are you serious right now? Because I played for like an hour and a half, and I didn't feel it get super hot, especially on top side here, which is what a lot of phones go through. And the thing is, when you're playing on this, I feel like even when I kick up the graphics, a lot of other phones, high-end as well, it feels like it's not as sharp, the graphics, and I think it's because of the limitations when it comes to heat and hardware. But for this phone, the graphics are hella sharp. Like, it's as sharp as playing on the PC or the PS4. Granted, you can't exactly push it up to 60. If you do, you are gonna be faced with a heat issue. That's all I'm gonna say. But oh my god, it's so smooth. It's very sharp. It doesn't have an heat issue. It only shaded around like what, 18% of battery for like an hour and a half of gameplay? I don't know, guys. It's just too good to be true, but it actually is. It's actually that good. I've reviewed a lot of high-end devices. This phone is so far the best phone to run Genshin Impact on. If you guys are actively playing Genshin Impact on your phone, you are looking for a device to play Genshin Impact, 100% I recommend this device. It's just that good. You pair it with a controller, oof, best ever. And anyways, guys, let's talk a little bit about pros. The pros is a powerful phone that can pretty much run any game. It has a great price tag, I believe, for the specs. It has a really good battery life, and the UI is honestly so good. The speakers as well, chef's kiss. And for the cons, for the first time in my life, I actually don't really have a con. I am shocked. Just to know, guys, another thing I didn't add earlier is that when you're recording on this phone, What makes recording on this phone more stable and doesn't lag the game is that it will lock the frame rate at 60. So just so you guys know, if you guys are planning on recording any of your gameplay on the phone, it will lock your FPS to 60. But other than that, if you are gonna be playing under any other games without recording, it can go up to 90, no problem. Anyways guys, golden question of the day is, can you game on the Oppo Reno6 Pro 5G? Yes, you absolutely freaking can, and it's such a great experience. Oh my god, Genshin. Oh, I actually really want to keep this phone just to play Genshin on the go. I'm so, oh my god, like I have played Genshin Impact on my iPhone a lot. I do feel the heat. I can't believe this device performs better on Genshin Impact. What? I want this phone. Anyways guys, off to play more Genshin Impact. Currently trying to get my Hu Tao. Gotta farm those primos because I'm broke. Can't whale right now. So we're going free to play. Later guys, bye bye!